Hello my fellow whale watchers. Many of you were interested in what I would do after quitting War Robots. One of the things to do was to play games that were on top of my list for quite some time. So let's start with Diablo Immortal. If you're already familiar to the Diablo series, you will also love this one. It's the successor of a series that defined a whole genre and that started as early as 1997. So that was before many of you were even born. An action-adventure packed with great graphics, a huge number of items to discover and to combine, and an immersive storyline. I would not say that Diablo is a direct competitor to War Robots, because for this the games are simply too different, but what I like about Diablo is that you can just jump into it without too many technicalities and just play casually whenever you like. At the start, you choose a character that you can customize and that has 1 out of 6 classes. I always used to play the class similar to Demon Hunter, so I chose that one. In future extensions you may be able to play even more classes or to switch class when you are at a certain level. Already here you have some great possibilities with customization. Usually the things that you can find in a game are only suitable for your particular class, which makes things less complicated also in this aspect. You start in a fictional town called Wortham that is haunted by the undead and other pests. You take first steps, learn how to shoot, and in the course of the first chapter you also obtain your first few skills and basic gear. When using your special skills, the user interface can be a bit bulky, so you need to learn a bit on how to not waste your shots by wrong aiming. Apart from that, the game provides some help with targeting and you can loot coins and gear whenever you kill monsters. The further you advance in the game, the more quests you get, and the more features of the game are unlocked. You get vaults where you can store your gear, save armory presets and interact with various characters in order to buy, sell or exchange stuff. Many things can be upgraded and combined, and sometimes you can find treasure boxes that tend to be a bit hidden on the map. Also, there seem to be fun little side quests, some of them may be more useful to complete than others. One class that I found especially fun to play is the Necromancer that can interact with the dead. It seems to be very powerful and it also adds some great visual effects. This can be a challenge for some mobile devices. Unfortunately sometimes my screen freezes and I have no idea why. This may have to do with the challenges for the graphics chip of my tablet, or it may also have to do with the fact that the game keeps downloading new content such as maps while you are playing. So you should have a quite fast internet connection to make this work without hiccups. Diablo Immortal needs a lot of space on your device, so keep that in mind before you start playing. As an alternative, the game was also released recently as a PC version earlier this year, which may actually be a bit more comfortable. At least in the beginning, Diablo Immortal is not pay to win. But apparently you need to pay in order to advance when you have basically played through all levels, because the only way to advance then is to play together with other players in order to pass raids and stuff like that. And in order to get very rare gear that suits your special character, you will need to spend some coin for getting a chance. That's actually not too bad compared to War Robots. But who knows, maybe also this game will turn into a short profit oriented business model one day, we will see. Until this point, however, I will hopefully have lots of fun with the stuff that the game provides to the free-to-play player base. I personally see it more as a casual game and don't plan to be as competitive as in War Robots. So that was my first very short introduction of another game that I have tried out recently. At least at this point, I don't think it makes sense to share gameplay of Diablo Immortal. The early stages of this game are not really challenging because you basically follow a predefined path, so it may be a bigger challenge for an experienced gamer to die than to advance. But I will also present you some other games at irregular intervals in the future. Of course, if I should ever get seriously hooked to a game, you will be the first ones to know. The next one on the list to explore will be Modern Warships, which is maybe a bit more of a direct competitor to War Robots. So until this video, thanks a lot for tuning in and see you on my channel. P.S. If you're interested in knowing more about the Diablo storyline, here you go.
This is Sanctuary. To protect it, you must cross many lands where forgotten evils linger. Yet you must go without fear into the heart of the unknown. This burden falls to us. A chance to fight the darkness, to ensure our home's survival. For a new evil covets the World Stone's power. If a shard falls into Hell's clutches, Our world